What if I told you that one act of kindness toward humanity led to the most brutal punishment in all of Greek mythology? And what if I told you that this punishment lasted for thousands of years, without end? This is the story of Prometheus, the Titan who defied Zeus, and it is a tale of fire, freedom, and eternal torment. Long before the Olympians ruled, the Titans held power over the world. Among them was Prometheus, whose name means forethought. Unlike the other Titans, Prometheus valued wisdom over raw strength. He saw potential in mortals, where the gods saw only weakness. When Zeus rose up against Cronus, Prometheus chose to stand with him. That decision allowed him to survive the fall of the Titans. But Prometheus did not forget about humanity. While the gods ignored them, he watched over mortals with compassion. Humans at that time were fragile creatures. They had no fire, no tools, and no way to protect themselves from the cold. Prometheus could not bear to see them suffer. He knew that a single gift could change their destiny forever. That gift was fire, the sacred flame of Olympus. But Zeus had forbidden mortals from ever touching it. Fire, to Zeus, was divine power itself. To give it to humans would place them dangerously close to the gods. Still, Prometheus could not resist his compassion. He decided to steal what Zeus had forbidden. One night, he crept into the heavens. There, he stole fire and hid it inside a hollow stalk of fennel. Prometheus carried the fire back to Earth. And when he gave it to humanity, everything changed. With fire, humans could cook food and forge weapons. They could build homes, temples, and thriving civilizations. Humanity, once powerless, now held the spark of progress. And for the first time, mortals felt closer to the divine. But Zeus was enraged when he discovered the theft. He saw not generosity, but betrayal. To Zeus, Prometheus had crossed an unforgivable line. The king of the gods would make an example of him. Prometheus was seized by the servants of Zeus. He was chained to a desolate rock in the mountains. The chains were unbreakable, forged by the smith god Hephaestus. There would be no escape for the defiant Titan. Each day, a monstrous eagle descended from the skies. It tore into Prometheus's flesh and devoured his liver. But because he was immortal, the wound never killed him. Every night the liver grew back, only for the torment to begin again. This cycle of suffering repeated endlessly, day after day, year after year, century after century. Zeus believed this was justice. He wanted mortals and gods alike to fear the price of defiance. But Prometheus never regretted his choice. He believed that humanity was worth every ounce of his pain. His punishment became more than cruelty. It became a symbol of resistance against tyranny. Some say Zeus's wrath was not only about the fire. Prometheus had also tricked him during an earlier sacrifice. At a feast, Prometheus offered Zeus two choices: meat hidden in rough skin, or bones covered in fat. Zeus chose the bones and was deceived. That trick determined how humans would sacrifice to the gods, and it planted the seed of Zeus's hatred for Prometheus. In both fire and sacrifice, Prometheus defied the will of Olympus, and Zeus would never forgive him. Yet mortals remembered Prometheus not as a criminal. They honored him as a friend and a protector. His suffering echoed across myth and history. Writers, poets, and philosophers saw him as a symbol of human struggle. To the ancient Greeks, he represented knowledge. To later thinkers, he embodied freedom and rebellion. Even as Zeus tried to break him, Prometheus's spirit could not be crushed. His defiance gave humanity courage. Some myths say that eventually, Prometheus was freed. The hero Heracles shot the eagle and broke his chains. Yet even then, Zeus demanded one last condition. Prometheus had to wear an unbreakable ring forged from his chains. That ring carried a fragment of the rock where he had suffered. It was a reminder that no defiance goes unpunished. In this way, Prometheus was both freed and still bound. His rebellion could never be fully erased. but his sacrifice had already changed the world. Humanity thrived because of the fire he delivered. Prometheus showed mortals that even the gods could be challenged, and that knowledge was more powerful than fear. The myth of Prometheus asks a question we still wonder today. Is it better to obey authority or to risk everything for progress? Zeus demanded obedience and order, but Prometheus gave humanity freedom and survival. That conflict between control and rebellion lives on in every age. It is the eternal struggle of power and resistance. Prometheus reminds us that progress always comes with a cost, and sometimes the greatest heroes are those who suffer for others. His torment was cruel, but it gave meaning to his name: forethought. He had seen a future where mortals could rise above weakness. Zeus may have punished him, but he could not erase what fire brought. Knowledge, technology, and civilization all came from that stolen flame. From the ashes of torment, humanity gained hope, and that hope would spread through every story and every generation. That is why Prometheus remains unforgettable. His myth still burns like the fire he gave us. In his chains, he was unbroken. In his suffering, he was victorious. Prometheus was punished for loving humanity, and in that punishment, he became eternal. If you enjoyed this tale of defiance and destiny, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more epic stories from mythology.